You're right there everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we're going to talk about the Real Madrid vs Man City game where we won 2-1 in. Firstly, I've not actually been uploading in the last couple of days because I've been sorting things out with work, and also I've just upgraded to a brand new computer, Windows 10 computer, and beforehand I used to use Windows Movie Maker to edit videos, and I've just been doing a bit of research. Now I'm using Lightworks to edit videos. It does seem quite good, quite easy sort of software to use, but we're not going to talk about that. Like I said, we're going to talk about the game of Man City versus Real Madrid. Now I did mention in my last video that my next upload was going to be about regarding Pep Guardiola's future at the club. I will get onto that one day. Just for now, we're going to talk about the game, and yeah, what a game it was. What a game it was indeed. But I've just got a few bullet points here that I'm just going to be going through in talking about from my opinion, my point of view about this game. I think the main thing really to talk about is going into this game, all the pressure that is surrounding City. Like I've mentioned about with the UEFA ban and all that malarkey. I'm not going to go over it again because I've gone over it in two separate videos. So if you want to know my opinion on it, just go and watch them. But as well as that, the competition, Real Madrid. I mean, yes, they are in horrific form at the moment. I think they've lost their last 2 games. I think it is something like that. 2 league games. Well, I think one of them was a league game. One of them was like some cup tournament thing. Oh, I can't remember. But going into that, there is a lot of pressure, I'd say, surrounding us with regards to that. I mean, I don't think we've actually ever won against Real Madrid in all our meetings. This is the first time we've ever beaten them. And just to compare this squad to the 2016 squad, where we last time we faced Real Madrid, of course did have the 50 goal a season man Cristiano Ronaldo in the team, but still, just to compare 2 and 2, it's just the difference is night and day. We have just upped a massive level in the last 4 years through the quality of the team and also the management as well. It's just been unbelievable. So as a fan, I am really happy with that. But yeah, like I said, with the rivalry of this Real Madrid team, we really did just have to dig deep. I mean, yeah, they have had horrific form, as I mentioned, but look in depth in all the squad with Courtois. Alright, he has not been the best, but he still is a very good goalkeeper in my opinion. Centre halves, you got Varane, Ramos, very good, very solid, very strong, quick as well. Let's not forget that. In the midfield as well, with Casemiro, a very good anchor in that midfield. Modric as well, he's a Ballon d'Or winner. Let's not forget, he's a Ballon d'Or winner. And in this game, I'd say he was quite non-existent as well, which is pretty embarrassing. He only won it like 2 years ago as well. And to see his performance, out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 5.5. He wasn't at his best, let's put it that way. So with the lineups as well, I was quite surprised that we weren't actually playing Sterling for this, not Sterling, Aguero rather. Well, we weren't playing Sterling either, he was brought in as a sub, but mainly for Aguero because he is a big game player. Of course, he's played against Real Madrid back in his Atletico Madrid days, so he would know sort of what it's like to come up against them. Of course, we know how much the Champions League means to him as well, but it was just a huge surprise that for this big fixture, he was not being played. I mean, Gabriel Jesus, don't get me wrong, yes, he did go on the score sheet, which was a very good goal. I'll get onto that in just a moment. Like I said, it was just a big surprise. He did have a good few attempts. I reckon that Jesus could have got 2 goals, maybe even a hat-trick. He was just that good. He just could be just that little bit more clinical in front of goal, I feel. But he's young. He will just get better with time. Laporte, that's something which was quite disappointing to see him come off injured. I did not actually watch the first half because I had to go for a job interview. It is quite worrying with him, especially when you consider that Otamendi, he actually has improved. Otamendi, he's starting to dig deep more and just trying to improve his game more. John Stones, however, I don't know what it is with him. He's good for England, but I think we just put him too much pressure on him just because he is at a club like Man City with Guardiola as manager. We just expect more of him. I think that's just what the problem is with our perception of John Stones. But still, for the next game, actually, even if Laporte is fit for the second leg, which is in 3 weeks' time, I don't want to see us playing him. I don't think we should just take the risk. We should just play Fernandinho or maybe even John Stones alongside Otamendi and just try and go for a goal, but also just be careful with our passing as well and the control of the ball, which we were found out and were taken advantage of during this game. Like I said, let's put it this way. We could have scored 3, maybe even 4 goals against Real Madrid. Courtois, he did have a very good test today. Well, not a very good test, but he was definitely put under pressure from us. We were just kept on good counter-attacking, good passing. Like I said, comparing this squad to back in 2016, we are up in many, many levels, and I'm really, really happy with that. It's a good step in the right direction, and hopefully we can take this full advantage with us if we do progress more and more and more through the competition this year. I still would love to see us lift the Champions League. I did make this a point on YouTube, on the comment section of Esteemed Company, who is a Man City supporter, and he's now doing daily uploads as well. I'll put in that I see us winning the competition, but one person replied to me saying that we got to keep in mind about other teams in the competition, like PSG, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, more complete teams, and trying to avoid them. I would hopefully like to avoid them, but coming up against them and to just show what we're truly made of would in fact put a good stamp on our name, good stamp on the club, and hopefully make UEFA look stupid if we do go on to win it. But back to this game, Mahrez and Walker, they're two quite underrated players of the club. Well, Walker, he is a brilliant right back. If it wasn't for Trent, he probably would be the best right back in the league. Alright, he does have a few errors here and there, and that does go against him, but still, I very much I highly rate Walker, but I've seen a lot of people just like, yeah, just whatever sort of thing, do you know what I mean? Mahrez, yeah, he's an underrated player, probably doesn't get enough game time. I think that's just because of the competition within the squad. Alright, Sane's injured and he doesn't seem to be playing, and it looks like he could be on his way to Bayern Munich with us getting Serge Gnabry, which I'll be happy with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he scored 3 goals against Chelsea in the Champions League a couple of days ago, so I'll be happy with that. But Mahrez, this is something that my brother made a point of, is that he does tend to hog the ball, and I did notice that during this game. There was times where he could just lay it off to another Man City player, just try to be, I don't know, maybe try to look up a bit more, see where all his other teammates are instead of just seeing where the goal is. He can be that. We have seen him in Leicester, that he is a very good creative player, making some brilliant crucial passes, especially that pass he did to Vardy, where he volleyed it against Liverpool. That was an insane goal. Still, I suppose we can just expect more and probably even see more from Mahrez as the competition goes on. Real Madrid's goal, to be fair, they pressured us. We did a sloppy pass. Rodri, we were found out. Walker, he was quick but just not clinical with his feet in terms of tackling. Isco, he had some clear, wide open space. No one was marking him, which I was quite embarrassed about. Gundogan or Rodri probably could have run back to try and mark him up. Or Benjamin Mendy, he could have done the same, but it just wasn't meant to be, and he went ahead and scored. The penalty, from a distance, it kind of looked like Sterling scored, but watching the replay up close, it was quite definitely it was a no-brainer. That's what I'm trying to look for. That it was definitely a penalty against Real Madrid. It was a bad challenge from Carvajal, and it kind of does sum up Real Madrid's season as a whole. De Bruyne, calm, cool, composed penalty taker. We have been having problems with our penalty takers who should be taking them, and he just stepped up and just put it away. He's just brilliant, De Bruyne. He is absolutely brilliant. I was going to mention this at the end, but he is arguably, he just is the best midfielder in the world. You can't change my mind on that. He is just superb. Just everything, his energy, even his leadership. He was the captain for the game, and he was just brilliant. Even his tackling as well, his vision, his shooting, everything. It was just so on point. And going forward, I think he's got another 5 or 6 years left. He's 28. He's got like I said, he's got another 5 or 6 years left in him. He could easily be the captain for the club unless we do find some next company. Well, let's put it this way: in terms of leadership, he could very much be the next company going forward for the team. It was a good mentality from him. Ramos's red card. He was the last man standing for the counter attack. Very good touch from what's his name, Gabriel Jesus, to get away from Varane, but then he was just caught by Sergio Ramos. It did look like that he was did sort of dive, but look on the replay, he did see his hand just grab his shoulder, and he was taken down. Free kick, it was very close to being a penalty. I did think, hang on, get VAR on that, that is a penalty. But no, it was given as a free kick, which I was still happy with. I'll still take that. I mean, we didn't score with Mahrez taking it. He tried to do it under the wall, but it was just straight at Courtois. Bit of a shame about that. Yeah, it was definitely a red card. I mean, there is times where we have seen moments like that, and it either has been given a yellow or been given as a foul, but no card in sight. And a moment did happen with that when City played Leicester in the 2017-18 season, where we finished 17 points clear of second place Man United, and I think it was Kompany who did that against Vardy. Kompany was the last man standing. Vardy would have just done him for pace, but he just took him down, and I think it was a yellow card. So there's been moments where it has been a bit controversial from the ref, but still, regardless, that makes it 26 career red cards for Ramos just at Real Madrid, which is just an insane thing. 26. That is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Especially from a captain as well. He should just know better. But you know what? We're just going to round up here and say, going into the second leg, the way I see it is that we just need to not play Laporte. I'd say that's an important thing. And just going with this strong mentality of let's just try and be careful with our passing. Be clever with our passing, which we can be. At home, we can very much make it through to the next stage of the competition, which I can't actually remember what it is again, which is quite bad really, but still I can see us just progressing forward. Like I said, Real Madrid, they do have a lot of talents within their team, and they could very much easily beat us, but I still see us making it through. And again, have De Bruyne as captain. Again, even play Jesus instead of Aguero. We could save Aguero for Premier League, for other competitions, or for the next progression of the Champions League as well after these two legs. And centre-backs wise, I'd say Fernandinho probably. We could play him at centre-back alongside Otamendi, or maybe even John Stones, and if halfway through the game John Stones has been very good, bring on Fernandinho. But overall, I was really happy with this game. We very much deserve this. Going into this next game, like I said, I feel as though we're going to be fine. So yeah, overall, a very good fixture, very good match. We played our best, and it just came off, going from 1-0, going behind 1-0, and then winning 2-1 at the Bernabeu. We are the third English team to go ahead and do that. The other one were Arsenal and Liverpool years ago. So I was very happy with that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video about my viewpoint on the match. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you lot in a bizzle.